President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi congratulated Egyptians on reaching the African Cup of Nations final after beating Cameroon on penalty shots. On his social media official page, the president hailed the performance of the players and the coaching staff. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi arrived to China on Thursday to attend the opening ceremony of 2022 Winter Olympic Games held in the Chinese capital Beijing on the 4th of February. Presidential spokesman Ambassador Bassam Radi said President el-Sisi's participation in this sports event comes at the invitation of Chinese President Xi Jinping in light of the close and strategic relations between Egypt and China. Radi added that the president's visit to China includes holding summit talks with his Chinese counterpart to discuss ways of enhancing bilateral relations, which have witnessed qualitative leap in recent years at all levels. The summit talks also include continuing consultations and mutual coordination on a number of regional and international issues of common interest. Egypt and China have maintained through the last decade a stable and constant developing relationship and have fostered cooperation at all levels. The bilateral relations between the two countries have witnessed an extended path of coordination on the political, economic, cultural and technological fields. Details.
China and Egypt have maintained through the last decade a stable and constant developing relationship and have fostered cooperations in political, economic, cultural and technological fields. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi said that Egypt and China are seeking to further promote bilateral strategic ties, pointing out that the crisis of the coronavirus pandemic have proved that cooperation and integration between countries on the various levels are vital to guarantee all societies' safety and stability. In a televised speech on the occasion marking the Chinese Communist Party's 100th anniversary, President el-Sisi lauded the Chinese government's continued role in supporting of Egyptian efforts to face up the COVID-19 repercussions. President el-Sisi said that the Chinese Communist Party have successfully led China throughout the years, thus securing the country's full independence and restructuring the modern Chinese state in 1949. President el-Sisi pointed out that this year coincides with the 65th anniversary of the establishment of the Egyptian-Chinese diplomatic relations. The bilateral relations have witnessed an extended path of cooperation and coordination between the two countries in various fields. They also benefit from the Chinese experience, which is a success story that the world seeks to study with the aim of advancing overall development. For its part, China always conveys affirmation of the continued development of its strategic relations with Egypt. This comes in addition to respect and appreciation for President el-Sisi and Egypt in its pivotal role as a fundamental pillar of stability in the Middle East region. Chinese President Xi Jinping reiterated China's support for Egypt in comprehensive development efforts, combating terrorism and achieving security and stability in the region. Regarding the strengthening of bilateral cooperation between the two countries at the international level, China clarified the acceptance of Egypt's accession as a dialogue partner in the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. This deals with coordination and cooperation in the fields of combating terrorism and extremism, energy and science. The two sides praised the coordination that has taken place at the highest levels since the outbreak of the novel coronavirus pandemic. It led to the signing of the joint manufacturing agreement for the Chinese-developed Sinovac vaccine in Egypt. This supports the national strategy for the localization of the pharmaceutical and vaccine industry in Egypt. The head of state also stressed Egypt's keenness to benefit from China's expertise in supporting development programs, activities and national projects in the country. This especially in light of the modern infrastructure that Egypt now enjoys, which is integrated with China's Belt and Road Initiative. President el-Sisi also referred to the important role played by the Chinese-Egyptian Economic and Trade Cooperation Zone in the Suez Canal Economic Zone as a successful model for investment cooperation between the two countries.
Egyptian and French air forces concluded on Thursday a joint air training exercise at several air bases in Egypt. According to a statement by the Egyptian Armed Forces, the training named Amun 22 included several theoretical lectures and practical exercises on planning and managing joint air combat operations with the aim of unifying aerial combat methods between the two countries. It also included executing various air combat methods to enhance the combat capacities of participating Egyptian and French forces. Egypt condemned on Thursday an attack on a camp for displaced people in eastern Congo, which claimed the lives of 60 people. The Foreign Ministry said the attack claimed lives of dozens of innocent people, including children, extending condolence to the Congolese government and people and to families of the victims. The ministry wished the injured people a speedy recovery and affirmed supporting Democratic Republic of Congo in the face of all forms of violence. The attack against the Congolese camp was claimed Codeco militia. Egypt's stock market's indices collectively retreated on Thursday, being affected by selling operations by Arab and foreign investors. The main EGX 30 index lost 0.46%. The small and medium EGX 70 index lost 0.05%. The more expanded EGX 100 lost 0.18%. The overall transactions and dealings within this session reached £673.19 million.